Okay, so there's Hattie. She's the third spider that I'm feeding. Named Hattie because she lives under a hat. Feeding her a waxworm. Waxworms turn into moths when they pupate. Giant mealworms turn into like a giant running beetle. And Hattie is an English house spider. She's a female because they tend to make their webs in corners of rooms and corners of barns and in my shed. So her abdomen's grown because she had a giant mealworm recently. I'm not having to agitate her web because the worm's moving on its own. They're very soft and squidgy, so it's going to be easier for her to eat. Don't know that I can get any closer. Oh, I can get a bit closer, look. Get around. There's her little eyes on the top there. I don't know if I can zoom out because there's an enormous shadow, look. Oh, it doesn't show up. There's an enormous shadow that she's casting on the wall. It doesn't show up because I'm too close to. Oh, look, there's her little eyes. There's the worm. Oh, she's got hold of it. She's got bitten into it. Look, mandibles are dug in. She's venomating it. I expect she'll carry it off because it's only a small size, and she'll be able to carry that back up into her lair where she'll eat it, devour it. As I say, she's got her fangs are in. You can see, I think you can see anyway. They're not just gripping it, they are actually in. Look, she's biting it properly. So she's envenomating it, which will liquidize the body, and then she'll suck it up like it's a straw. It's a different prey item. I bought this from the pet shop. I went and bought some stuff for my fish, and they have reptiles there and invertebrates that they sell, and they sell waxworms, mealworms, crickets. They sell earthworms, which is ridiculous because you can dig them up out your garden, or if you've got a worm bin, then you can get them out your worm bin. I'm almost blurring out. But yeah, she's a waxworm, which is rather nice for her. Stop blurring. Oh. And yeah, she's bitten into it. Let's see. I'm guessing that she'll carry it away. Well, she might be feeding on it now. So I'm still moving, but I expect it's its nerves that are moving it. See her little eyes like right in the top middle of part of her head, kind of looking through the edge of a web at her. See her hairy legs. It's nice to see that she's growing well. That first feed of the giant mealworms worked a treat. Fattened her up a bit. Big abdomen on her. I think she is actually feeding on it now. So English house spider. Will it eat a waxworm? Yes. Yes it will. It's a smaller worm, like a maggot. Would probably eat the adult, which is a wax moth. With the giant mealworms, they're not really native to England, mealworms. I don't think they're not the giant ones anyway. And they turn into a giant running beetle. I might put one in a little darkened tub with some holes in to see if we can get it to pupate, and then I'll bring you along to show you what it looks like when it's turned into a giant running beetle. I think it's the camera's trying to focus on the web. There we go. Off into her hat. Bye bye, Hattie, enjoy your meal. You can't see her, she is actually up there, but that's the back of her legs rather than the front. She'll devour her meal inside the hat. Anyway, hope everyone's well.